gear all the way to the line. Not quite enough to overhaul Magnus Sheffield. A good effort nonetheless, and a better second half of the time trial there for Stefan Bissiger. We've seen that from a few riders. Jan Price Pedersen, who sits second at the moment, is not going to be second though, because looks very much like Stefan Kung has put together a really nice time trial here, and he's going to the top of the time sheet. Surely 200 meters in half a minute to complete for Stefan Kung of the Groupama FDJ squad and Switzerland. Through the final bend, out of the saddle one more time, and he needs to get it all out with Wout van Aert and Remco to come, but Stefan Kung is going to ask them a big question. Sheffield will be replaced, and Stefan Kung is the fastest for now, at any rate, by, look at that, a wonderful and an extraordinary 11.12 seconds. That's what the crowd came to see. An all-out effort from Stefan Kung, reliving old glory. Nothing held back. Wout van Aert is just over a kilometre from the completion of his effort. I'll remind you, Wout van Aert was about 4 seconds, just over 4 seconds down on Stefan Kung at the intermediate point. Who has taken more than one time trial success in the Tour de France. Wout van Aert set to complete, and Remco Evenepoel won't be long behind him. Evenepoel faster than Van Aert at the intermediate point, but a little bit slower than Stefan Kung, and all of them slower than Magnus Sheffield. Sheffield now second, getting that sinking feeling. And Wout van Aert's got 30 seconds to get to the line from here. I think Stefan Kung had a little bit more in hand at this point. It's going to be tight, but Wout van Aert is going to have to produce an exceptional final 300 meters if he's to overhaul Stefan Kung. The local crowd watch with anxiety and interest, and well, they give a little bit of support to one of the all-time heroes of bike racing. Wout van Aert is a superstar, but he's not fast enough today. Stefan Kung survives. The first of the two Belgians that can possibly stop him from taking the first stage has not quite put together the perfect time trial, and Wout van Aert still good enough for second. Managed to get ahead of Magnus Sheffield, but lost a bit more time to Stefan Kung in the second half of that time trial, and Stefan Kung's going to head to the hot seat. Will he be there long enough before the arrival of Remco Evenepoel? I'll remind you, still got several riders to complete after this. Well, Evenepoel faster than Van Aert, and within a second and a half of Stefan Kung at the halfway point. Under the kite, onto freewheel. Pick out a line, and that's one of the best, I have to say, the best and the fastest efforts through that left-hander. Who's good at this left-hander? Oh, and that was a little bit tight, wasn't it? I think we heard from the motorcycle behind, maybe someone touched a peg, but it was certainly the same for Remco Evenepoel. You know what, he's got time in hand here. This is going to be really, really tight. Has he got the legs for it? It's going to be extremely tight, but he's certainly faster than Wout van Aert was to that point. Ultimately, Van Aert coming up 10 seconds shy, but this is going to be tighter. And Remco Evenepoel in with a shot of unseating Stefan Kung here. Into the final 200 meters. Can he do 200 in 14 seconds uphill and across the cobbles with a left-hander? It's, well, a little bit to ask, a little bit too much to ask, I think, for Remco Evenepoel. Has two scalps at that left-hander. He throws it at the line, but Stefan Kung is going to survive. Remco Evenepoel putting together a really impressive time trial effort on his return to racing, but not quite enough to eclipse Stefan Kung, who stays fastest by a smidgen under 6 seconds.